Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new video. And of course, we are back again with a brand new chapter of My Hero Academia 396. Now, we got really, we pretty much got through with Uraraka's situation with Toga, and Toga passed away. She said Uraraka's alive. I'm not unclear if she's dead or alive, but if she is gone, rest in peace. So now we move on to the verge of All Might and All For One. And I'm clear, I don't know how this battle's going to go. Everyone rumors saying that All Might's going to die in this fight, but if those rumors are true, then All Might's going to have to get everything he has to, in order to want to avoid death here in this fight. Because right now, All For One is crazy powerful. He's crazy obsessed with taking one for all. So apparently, he's not going to be holding back on All Might. But All Might's not going to give up because, he's All Might, he's a superhero, and you guys know it. So let's go ahead and jump right in and see what's going on in this new chapter. Let's do this.
Got the 396 spoilers, and the Uraraka versus Toga fight has officially ended in the previous chapter. Like, that was the ending of it. I'm sure we're going to come back to it to see, like, the full resolution of it. What happened with Toga? Is she dead? Was she just arrested? But aside from that, we're coming back to All Might. That's right, because the chapter starts 20 minutes before the clones disappear, with All Might remembering Night Eye's foresight and realizing that the villain he mentioned is probably All For One. If his prophecy hasn't been avoided yet, it most certainly refers to this fight. So the clones are talking about as the Twice clones, of course. But Night Eye's foresight basically said something along the lines that I'm paraphrasing here. But All Might is destined to die a gruesome death, like a really horrifying one. And he wondered what that was about or who was going to do it. And I thought it was going to be Shigaraki for the longest time. But if they're saying that it was referencing this fight right here, then I guess that's what it meant. We were also wondering, like, is All Might going to die? And it seems likely at that point too, because of this whole prophecy thing with Night Eye. So I don't know if it's completely guaranteed at this point, especially since it's also saying it hasn't been avoided yet. Because Night Eye isn't like 100% accurate. Like, we saw that Izuku can overcome his prophecy. So, it's possible All Might might as well. The card then turns into an armor that covers his entire body, except for his mouth. After all, the people who smile are always the strongest. The armor is called the Armored All Might, and it replicates his hero costume, including the antenna hairs and cape. So yeah, this is it. This is All Might's Hulkbuster. This is the last time that we saw All
Well, he's
Might
going to be using
against
Iron
All
Man
For
suits,
One,
huh?
as All For One, who is progressively getting younger, but more powerful as well due to Yujiko's experimental Eri quirk thing. He was able to defeat everyone and he left the battlefield. And as he was heading to Izuku, All Might met him halfway and then pulled out this suitcase and started transforming. And we assumed it was going to lead to some kind of armor, and it does. All Might asks Hercules, his car, to start recording the fight, and it says that it's already started. All Might then starts talking to Tsukauchi, and Labrava sees an opportunity to get some views and wants to start a new stream immediately, but the cops are against it. Labrava says start stream in a very dramatic way, and the cops say stop pretending you're using your Bankai or something. Tsukauchi remembers the moment that All Might left the command room, saying that he would join the fight, and wonders if he has chose where he'll die. After all, it's impossible for someone without a quirk to face against All For One, no matter how many support items he had. And that is a good point. Like, it is fun to have All Might come back here, even if it means that he's using like a battle suit or something. I mean, it's better than nothing. But he still is, on paper, no match for All For One, who, like I said before, is getting stronger. Like, he has access to quirks that he couldn't use before, or at least that's the implication. And also, he doesn't have like his mangled body that he had before.
But first, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, Flexispot. Flexispot is leading the kinetic furniture movement across the world. With advanced design and technology, they make furniture that's as seamless, sturdy, and eco-conscious as it is homey and comfortable. So guys, recently I just got the Flexispot Pro 3 stages dual motor bamboo electric standing desk. And this thing is amazing.
I think my parents have one of those desks like that, but they're very expensive.
Now that I have the Flexispot electric standing desk, I don't have to worry about that anymore. Also, the FlexiSpot electric standing desk can go from 24.4 inches to 50 inches high. It also has quiet dual motors with 65% more loading capacity, which is like up to 287 pounds. And I really put this to the test because I personally have a gigantic monitor. I mean, it's like comically big. And the FlexiSpot electric standing desk had no problem raising it to its highest level and holding it there. So guys, if you're looking to completely change your workspace, increase productivity, along with your general wellness, check out the link in the description because you'll be able to get your new FlexiSpot electric standing desk there. Thanks, guys.
Tsukauchi tells Labrava to stop the stream. What happened is a former hero getting brutally killed to buy a few minutes or maybe just a few seconds for his student. Cut to All For One, who knows full well that wasting his time here is pointless, but seeing the smile on All Might's face makes him lose control and he goes for it. All Might starts running and shouts Hercules, red, and what was left of the car forms a shield around him, protecting him from All For One's electrical beam that destroyed some buildings around. Hercules' voice warns him that 66% of the shield has been destroyed and that it won't be able to protect him from another attack. But All Might continues to smile, and the electrical beam destroyed All For One's own arm, but it's already healing. So this beam that they're talking about, I'm pretty sure is the same beam we've been seeing All For One use for the last couple chapters that he's been in. Like, he shot Gigantomachia with this thing, and it wrecked him. So you know it's super powerful. I mean, it already took away 66% of their shield. He tells All Might that this way of fighting, in which he moves forward without dodging, was only possible because he had One For All. But as soon as he tries to attack again, wires come out of the armor's arms. All Might shouts Black Whip. Just as it looks like All For One is about to rip the wires, All Might says Chadge Bolt, and lightning starts coming out of them. The electricity slows down All For One's regeneration and gives All Might time to get closer to him, using the wires in a technique he calls cellophane. So yeah, I guess that was Charge Bolt, since this is in reference to the student's abilities and whatnot. All Might starts saying that since their first fight, and also when he faced Nana, All For One always started with a big, long-range attack. His goal was to weaken his enemy and then steal One For All. But this way of fighting only works against those who have a quirk. So I expected something like this. Like, no way All Might was just going to get trashed right off the bat. That just would have been way too tragic. So I'm glad that All Might's able to get in, like, his tricks here, I guess you could say. But it does feel like it's only going to be short-lived. A new Hercules part comes flying in and attaches itself to his leg, propelling All Might's foot upward. Labrava taunts Tsukauchi, saying that nothing he said really happened, but he's speechless. All Might tells All For One that his armor and car were designed so that he could fight. If he could fight for just a little, that's enough for him. And who built these two items were the friend he made in the US. After being forced to leave Japan after Nana's death and his daughter, Melissa is watching the war on TV. So I wonder if we actually
long time no see, Melissa.
Melissa
I haven't seen you since the first movie.
When they were
and you're watching this?
They kind of just, I don't know, shot them in a different perspective.
Surprising.
They also haven't been saying Melissa's name at all in the manga, as far as I remember.
I kind of miss her.
They would always reference like the person living in America or the friend living in America or something. And we expected that she was responsible for developing Deku's gauntlets because she was in the movie, but when he officially got them, like, in the manga, they just said, like, friend overseas or friend in America or whatever. So I'm glad that they're bringing at least the first movie fully into canon here because I think it deserves it, if any of them. It's also my favorite. I love the first movie. If you guys haven't seen it, you should watch it. It's pretty amazing. But Melissa is the daughter of David Shield, like, All Might's friend that he made in America. Like, they're, like, the best at support stuff, I guess. Or at least Melissa currently is, because I don't know if they're going fully canon. David is like locked up because of what he does in the movie. Spoilers. He then starts talking to Tsukauchi, and he says, "My friend, we have known each other for a long time, so you should know this. I've never went to a fight thinking I would lose." And All Might kicks All For One in the face with a shooting style smash.
Ooh.
End of chapter. All right, so All Might is back for now, and I wonder how many chapters we're gonna get dedicated to this fight. Because this seemingly is like the final fight between All For One and All Might. And before, you know, I said I was hoping that they could have done a fight where they go against each other in the same way. Like All For One rewinding, and I think it would have been cool if All Might rewound as well, and he got his powers back from it. But this is better than nothing. I am really curious to see where this goes. I mean, it could lead to what I inevitably thought was going to happen regardless. Like, if they were both going to be rewinding, All Might can stop All for One, and then they just rewind at the same time, or one a little bit after the other, or whatever. But All Might ultimately sacrificing himself to take down All for One. But now I think that that's going to happen regardless. But now he's just using his Hulkbuster thing. But at this point, and especially since they said before about avoiding Night Eye's prophecy, I really hope that he survives now, because a lot of us have already just accepted that All Might was going to.
Okay. This chapter seems very interesting because, honestly, I don't know how long it took him to make this kind of like armor-busted Iron Man suit. But the fact that he actually landed the blow on All for One is really surprising. And everyone's watching the stream, to be honest. Even Melissa. I'm actually surprised she's watching it too. But as far as how this battle's going to go, I'm pretty sure it's not going to go well for All Might. I guarantee you guys this. This fight is not going to go well for him because he already knows just how powerful All for One can be. And as far as using the Hulkbuster, isn't going to be enough because honestly it's made out of tech. And tech doesn't even last long unless a few seconds. Unless it can actually, do some heavy damage, yes. But, as far as All for One, he's younger, he's powerful, stronger. So, it's hard to say who's going to win or who's going to die. So, I'm not for sure. But I'm looking forward to see what happens next. So, alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. Look forward to see what happens next on the next chapter of My Hero Academia. Also got interesting news. Before I go, you guys remember watching My Hero Academia World's Heroes Mission in 2021? And Season 6 came out too. And after watching Season 6, we waited a few months to see what's happening in Season 7, and we got confirmed on that. And now, you right here, we are getting a 4th movie of My Hero Academia, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. If you guys haven't heard the announcements, I just check you guys go on Google, type in My Hero Academia Movie 4, and you'll see the announcement that has been confirmed. So yeah. So for those who are deeply excited of watching this video and hear what I have to say right here, right now, is the fact that I'm really pumped up for this 4th movie. I really am, because I really want to know what happens in this movie. I mean, what's Class 1A, who they're going to fight, who they're going to protect, and who they're going to make, who's this new person they're going to make friends with. And I'm not really for sure, but I'm looking forward to it. Alright? So, yeah. Thanks for watching, folks.